Yo, what's going on? It's the King J, back with another video. I wanted to talk about frame data because frame data is very technical, and I feel like people lose their minds when they're casuals. They're like, what is frame data? It is the maths in most fighting games, right? I don't know if you lot know, but I'll explain it. So with fighting games, they have a thing called plus frames and minus frames, advantage frames and disadvantage frames. Whatever way you want to put it, there's plus and minus, right? So if someone is blocking, which we're going to set to block, this is +1, right? The fastest move in the game for majority of the characters, I know Yoshimitsu has flash, but for most characters it's 10 frames, right? Jab is 10 frames for most characters. I think Jack is 11, but yeah, for the most part, 10 frames. So if I'm +1 and you try to retaliate with a jab, you couldn't do that because I am got +1 frames. So that means your jab will come out at 11 frames, right? If I do something like this, this is 0 frames, right? So that means you can contest. You can contest with maybe a down jab because that is 10 frames, right? So that is 0. So now if I've got a move like this, down 2, and I hit and it's -1, that means I'm at a disadvantage. So it's all about frames. So now I've got to think, do I do while standing 4? While standing 4 is 11 frames, but because I'm -1, it comes out in 12 frames. That means you could do a 10 frame jab and interrupt me with this. So what we'll do is we're going to quick select. I'm going to put Feng here and Feng here. Let's go. Let's go. That's what I wanted to record. Yep. See, he can't do the while standing 4. It shows counter hit. I was slow then. In some instances, you could sidestep as well. So that is 1. Now I'm going to show you something else. When you're 0, so look, because on the down forward 1, when you're 0, that means if he throws out a 10 frame move and I throw out a 10 frame move, it will counter him because we're both throwing it out at the same time, right? Watch it. Because it's 0, right? That's how it works. So these are just the basic sides of frames. If you're minus, if you're plus, you get your turn, you don't get your turn. Now I'm going to go a bit more advanced. Now, when moves are more than 10 frames or more, you can punish, right? So let me choose a character. I'll choose Leroy because Leroy is a character that I know. Okay. So when a move is 10 frames, you could do a 10 frame punish, 12 frame punish, 13 frame punish, and so forth. So I'm just going to go through Leroy's punishment very quickly. 10 frame punish is 1, 2, 4. 2, 2 is 12 frames. And you can see by the thing where it says attack startup frames. The first one is 12. The second hit is 25. Down forward 1, 4 is 13. 1 + 2, 1 + 2, 1 is 14. And then down forward 2, 1 + 2 is 15, right? So I'm going to start throwing out some moves with Feng that is unsafe, and I'm going to show you how to deal with them. So let's say, for example, this is -10, right? Look, minus 12, sorry, minus 12. So I do 12 frame punish, and as you can see at the bottom, it says punish. That was slow, right? Gotta be quick. Right. So then now, if we find, let's say another move now. I don't know what this is on block. Let me see. It's probably 14. Okay. Certainly because I knew that because most launcher moves are either 12 or 14. So that I use my 14 frame punish. You can use anything below 14 frame, but 14 frame is optimal punishment. Optimal. Right? So I could do 12 frame, I could do 10 frame, and I could do 14 frame, but I want to get 14 frame because I want more damage. So that's how that works. Is there another move that he's got that's kind of like all right, so let's, so say for example someone throws out this big move. Usually with these big strings, the last hit is usually like they're quite unsafe, right? So let's see this one. I assume this is launch. Yep, launch. So when someone says, is this move launch, usually the move is 15 frames or 16 frames, or it's just really bad. It's just really like punishable, which in some instances you could do delayed hop kick, which is slow, but it does a lot of damage. Delayed hop kick looks something like this. You do something like that. So yeah, it's entirely up to you. But yeah, that's a you could do most. I think majority of the roster have delayed hop kick. So yeah, you're all good. So then now, all right, cool. Moving on. How can you tell what move is punishable and what isn't? That's the next question. If you're new to the game, it's going to be pretty difficult to find out. But with the replay feature, you can find out what moves you lost to and have a look. And even just play back some of the moves in practice mode. This game, you're going to need to do a lot of labbing if you're starting up. Obviously, you can have fun and you can throw out moves like, you know, the heat engages and stuff like that. That's what kind of makes it more interesting, because in the previous Tekkens, you'd have to know frames. And if you don't know frames, it could be very disheartening when you lose to people. But in this game, you got heat engages, and heat engages are pretty cool. You know, you go in here and you can just throw out some stuff and you're good to go. But yeah. Anyways, now, so let me talk about another move of Feng's. So let's say, for example, Feng does a low, because these are the things that people are talking about, lows and how to defend against them. You could either do while standing punishment. So characters have while standing punishment. So let me just stop Feng for a minute. While standing punishment for Leroy, 13 frames. While standing 1-4. While standing 2 is 15, right? Or while standing 4 for 11. So if it's a fast slow, I could do while standing 4 like that. While standing 1-4, but this is that slide is minus 15. So I want to get optimal damage, right? Because if I do this while standing 4, I don't get much damage. So you want to get as much damage as possible, right? You don't want to leave them alive. You gotta punish them and let them know not to get away with these moves. That's how the game works. So what's the last thing I can really talk about when it comes to punishment? The punishment guide, yeah, every character has, like, you know, punishment for moves. Like I said, it usually ranges from 10, 12, 13, 14, 15. That's how it usually works. 15 or 16 usually being launched, like a down forward 2 or something like that. 10 frames are usually like a free hit jab string or something like that. Jab mixed with kicks or something like that. Or a double hitting move. I don't know. But that's how it usually works. So hopefully I explained it well, because I feel like frames is very difficult to kind of explain sometimes. Like, it's very difficult if you don't know nothing about like fighting games, but it is maths, you know. If someone throws a big haymaker and I block it, and you know they're leaving themselves wide open, I need to punish them with something, right? That's how it works. It's kind of similar to, that's kind of the similar analogy, because I watch boxing, so maybe something like that can help. You know, you can block someone that does a big punch, they're wide open, it's your turn. That is how you, that's what frame data is like in this game. So if a move minus 10, 10 frame punish. If a move is minus 12, 12 frame punish. If a move is minus 14, 14 frame punish. Minus 15, 15 frame punish. And you just have to do it accordingly. You're not gonna know when you first come into the game clearly, but that's just how the game works. There's one type of animation where you can know when to punish, and I'm gonna show you right now. So if people do big lows, so I think Feng's is this one, yes. So this is a big low, right? So usually these big lows you can do while standing launch punishment. And as you can see, look, it leaves that kind of block stagger. So those moves are usually heavily launch. So you could probably do, delayed hop kick. There we go. You can do whatever combo you want. So that's not optimal combo, but it was just to show you that you could do those moves if they do moves like that, where they could do a big low. Like a lot of characters seem to have it. Like I think, let me get Nina. Nina has it and a few other characters have it. But yeah, this is exactly how frames work. I know it's a lot to take in with Tekken, but this is how it works. This is the best way I can explain it to you. So Nina has a full crouch sweep. Okay, yep, there we go. Every time they have block stagger like this, it's big. And again, there's quite a lot of characters that have these kind of big stagger lows. If they stagger like that, you can do while standing launch punishment. Take my word for it, and please just do it accordingly. Know what your character while standing punishment is. Like, they're big ones. Okay, one more just to show you. See what I'm saying? The big staggering lows. So don't make them get away with these big lows. If you know that they're coming, or you feel like they're coming, do something about it. Let's do a standard combo. So something like that, right? If you started recently playing Tekken 8, I would say the safe moves to do are jab, down forward 1. Most characters have down forward 1. 2 jabs, which is 1-2, which is pretty cool. You know, then sometimes throwing a low move, but then also have a look at strings. So like, you know, this is one of Leroy's strings. You could do this as well. This is another part of his string. You know, you can then delay, then try to do other moves as well. As you can see, the moves that I am doing, they're not minus 10 or above, right? These are moves that are minus, but they can't punish me. I then have to think about when is my next turn. So yeah, these are the safe tools. It's up to you to explore your move set with your characters and, you know, pick which moves you want in your tool set for when you're playing in Tekken 8. Also, if you want pressure, you need to have moves that are plus, right? A character like Leroy doesn't have much plus moves, but if I do stuff like this, I'm +4. So these moves are usually slower, but they give you frame advantage. So you have to choose your timing of when you need to place these moves that are plus. Also, most running kicks, which is running free, they are usually on the plus side, so usually heavier than +5, right? So this is where you start your offense, running frees as well. You should be able to do them if you might not be able to do them instant, but yeah, you could do them instantly with practice. I would say it's not that hard. You just have to tap forward quick like that, So you could do it right up in front of their face. But yeah, that's the advice I would like to give. So that's what punishment is basically making sure that people do not get away with stuff that you can punish, right? And again, I hope you lot enjoyed this guide. I really wanted to make it as detailed as possible so you can understand how to punish in Tekken 8. Like, this is kind of on the kind of intermediate side, because most people just want to come press buttons and they don't want to know about like what's minus, what's plus, how to punish with things. But it's here, punishment guide, right? But other than that, take it easy, everyone. I'm gone. Leave a comment, emoji for engagements, subscribe because it helps keep me motivated to do more videos, and we'll be back with another video. Take it easy, everyone. Peace.